Welcome back to Joe and Di's Allotment channel. Di is behind the camera as always. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's week 3 of July now, so we've got some sowing direct, some sowing into some modules or pots, lots of harvesting to do, and generally looking after the sort of the plot and the garden, sort of weeding and watering. So we'll do some sowing first. So the only thing I'm sowing in pot this week is some spring cabbage, which is Durham early, which hopefully it does what it says on the tin, because it says the most reliable spring cabbage. So yeah, they go about 1/2 inch deep, 7 to 10 days to germinate, and they're nice green, dark green variety with a sort of conical shape. So yeah, they'll be sown now, and they'll probably be planted out September, October, and we probably won't get a crop until sort of April, May next year from those. So we only probably want about 6 to 8 cabbages. If I plant too many, we can use them as spring greens as well. So they're a good cabbage that you can use as spring green as well. But if I mean, there are other things you can plant this week. You can sow this week, sorry. You can still sow spring onions this week if you want to. You can do carrots still, it's not too late for carrots. Beetroot is another one you can do. Runner beans, it's not too late for runner beans. Salad leaves and coriander and parsley can still be sown in modules or pots this time of year as well. So there are a few things you can do, but as I said, the only thing I'm doing is some spring cabbage today. So they're quite a small seed. We try and sort of spread them out so they're all sort of on top of each other, and we'll there's probably a lot more than sort of 6 to 8 in there already. But as I said, if I've got space, I'll put them in and we'll use them as spring greens. So cover that about 1/2 inch, a little bit more. It's already been pre-watered, but I'll you can see the water's coming out the bottom already, look. Yeah, I'll give that a good firming in, because brassicas like nice firm soil, and I'll give it a little dribble on top as well. So it's just a matter of keeping that moist now. As I said, they'll be up in about 7 to 10 days. And once they're big enough to transplant, I'll transplant them into individual pots. So this is today's picking of tomatoes. I'm getting a nice steady supply now. Lovely little cherry tomatoes. So we're still harvesting vine leaves, so we can make some stuffed vine leaves. We did a video on that a few weeks back now, so if you'd like to sort of find out more about that, please check out our video. But we'll it keeps the vine trimmed up and tidy, and we get a meal out of it as well. So we tidied up the vine. We've got a batch of 60 there, plus some extra older ones for topping. So that'll be enough to do a meal for 2 days. And we've got the one down the allotment to trim up as well, so we'll probably do that this week as well. What happens if you leave them for a few days? Look, our courgettes have become small marrows. Yeah, that's it. Just do a shot. The raw beans are ready for cropping more or less now. We'll take a lot of them out today, and we've got quite a lot of French beans as well now. So we'll have to take some of those out today as well. Lovely crop there. I've got this little space here, so I'm going to put some winter radish in the back there, some China rose winter radish, so they should be ready in sort of 10 to 12 weeks hopefully. And I'm going to fill the rest of the space up here with some raw French beans tender green. So just fill up this sort of spot here and then give it a good watering. So just push these French beans in about 2 inches deep with my thumb, and then we'll give this a really good watering, and they should be up in sort of 7 to 10 days. And hopefully we should be getting some crop out of them in sort of 10 to 12 weeks hopefully. So quite a good harvest this week. We've got some red onions, lots of courgettes, but they're really marrows now. Nice lot of cucumbers. We've got climbing beans and French beans. Some more of the rocket. We've got some lovely beetroot, some rocket, some chard and spinach in there, endive. So yeah, nice little crop this week. Plus raw beans we've got already, and we've got to pick some raspberries yet. And we're getting a nice little bit of tomatoes from both greenhouses now as well. Just wanted to show you these grapes that are starting to enlarge now. So yeah, it's been a bit of a mishmash this week, but yeah, we've still got lots of weeding to do and lots of watering to do this week. So they're ongoing jobs the whole time. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and if you'd like to follow our journey into week 4, that's week 3 of July, so week 4 next week, please use the subscribe button at the bottom and follow our journey. Thank you very much for watching again, and happy gardening everybody.